If you're taking the TOEFL test tomorrow or the day after, this video is for you. The plan I'll give you today will take about 1.5 to 2 hours of focused TOEFL time, spread across the day, plus a little bit of logistics. The rest of the day is for normal life and rest, not for trying to study 8 hours. A lot of people will either do nothing the day before and hope for the best, or panic trying to relearn everything and exhaust themselves. Both options are not really helping your test performance. So in this video, I'll give you a last day execution plan, what to review, what to avoid, and how to walk into the test with a calm, clear mind. This is not a teaching video. It's a do this, don't do that video. Okay. I'm Lee, a non-native TOEFL coach. I took the test on the very first day, on January 21st, and I've studied all the paid mock tests available, and I help students adjust to the new format. So this is exactly how I would spend the day before if I had to take the test again. First, in the morning, you do some light review. Okay. No several big mock tests. Okay. Step 1, 15 to 20 minutes. Remind yourself of the test, not learn it. Open the official practice test PDFs or review from ETS. I put the link below in the description. So quickly read through which sections you will see, what you have to do in each section, and roughly how many tasks there are. Then for each section, quietly ask yourself, what is my relatively weaker part here? For example, in reading, maybe complete the words. For listening, maybe the longer lectures. For writing, maybe build a sentence or the email task. Speaking, maybe listen and repeat or the interview questions. The goal is reminding, not learning or drilling yet. You're just telling your brain, these are the jobs I have to do tomorrow. These are the parts I need to review a little bit. Step 2, 20 to 25 minutes. You focus on your weaker spots. Most people lose points in the new test on complete the words for reading, build a sentence for writing, and listen and repeat for speaking. Additionally, some people do not know how to write, to answer the new email in the writing section. And for some, you have problems with the more open-ended interview questions and speaking. So pick a short practice set to do about 2 to 3 items of all the parts that you feel not so confident in, but just to spend 20 to 25 minutes so that your brain related to that part is activated. Do what you can in 20 to 25 minutes in total. You're not trying to be perfect. You're just making these tasks feel familiar again. After that, stop. Have breakfast or lunch, move a little bit, and do something non-TOEFL. If you're taking the new TOEFL 2026 and want extra practice, timing, and scoring guides and updates as we collect more real results, there's a link below this video. Fill out the short form and I'll send them to you. In the afternoon, you review your answer structures and do some short practices. Now we keep it focused. Step 1, 20 to 25 minutes, you review the structures that you're already using. Here we're talking about structures, not full lessons, and particularly for writing and speaking. For the email task, maybe you know that you want to write, say, 2 strong sentences per bullet. For academic discussion, maybe you know that you need to state your opinion first and then a reason and an example that shows, okay, before this action, what was going on, and after this action, something good happened, things like that, okay? Maybe for the interview question, you already have a structure that is similar, like have a statement and the reason and the example. If you use your own structures, that's fine too. in this particular time block, do one of these things. Okay. If you want to, you can rewatch only the part of my video where your structures are explained, or quickly read one of or two of your own answers that you liked and that contain those structures, and remind yourself what to do. So this is the structure I'm going to follow tomorrow. So the day before your test is not the time to invent a brand new strategy or template. This is very important. Your brain needs repetition to turn a pattern into something automatic. If you create a half-baked idea the day before, your old habits and new ideas can mix together, and you might hesitate or get confused in the middle of the test, and you can actually make your performance worse. So stick to the patterns that you already have practiced, or to the simplest structures you've used most often. No brand new templates on the last day. Step 2, in the afternoon, you want to spend 15 to 20 minutes doing one of these. Okay, you either do one full academic discussion, writing using your chosen structures. You aim for about 100 to 120 words. So when you finish, spend a bit time checking grammar and spelling. Okay, that 10 minutes is the actual time that you're given for this test and this particular task, and so you do some light review within 5 minutes afterwards, or either writing, or option B, you can do speaking. You can do one full interview set of 4 questions back to back, 45 seconds each, using statement, reason, example, or any structure you prefer. So if you want to, you can do 2 sets. Okay, the key is you do not do too much and make yourself burn. You want yourself to remain in this relatively calm state before the test. So at this point, you've already done about 1.25 hours of focused TOEFL time. So in the evening, it's about planning tomorrow's logistics, do some light English practice, and then sort of coach yourself so that you can stay in this calm and clear state of mind. Step 1, logistics. Are you taking the test at a test center or at home? If it's a test center, check exactly which ID that you need to bring. For many places, a passport is the only document that is accepted. For some places, local IDs are accepted, but you really need to check. Don't assume. Okay? You check the test center address, the route, the travel time, what time you need to leave. If you're testing at home, check your computer, internet, microphone, and camera, and that your room meets the rules. There's no other people that are going to interrupt you in the process, no notes or books where the camera can see them, except for the whiteboard that you're allowed to bring. At-home tests have historically had more technical problems, so check your setup carefully the night before, not 5 minutes before the test. Fix anything that looks risky. Step 2, you want to spend 10 to 15 minutes of very light English. If you want to stay English a bit, read something easy or watch something simple, but choose something that feels light, familiar, and calming, not heavy reading passages, no new grammar lessons, or anything like that. Step 3, accept the anxiety if you have any. It is completely normal to feel anxious at this point, because anxiety usually means this matters to me. I care about my results. That is not bad at all. It means you're awake and paying attention. You don't need to get rid of the feelings. You just need to act according to your plan anyway. Your structures, your strategies, stick with them. So the last part, It's about setting expectation, execution, and what to do after the test. During the test, it is execution over feelings. There will be moments during the test where you think, I messed up that listen and repeat question. My writing answer wasn't very good. This happens to almost everyone, including strong scorers. Remember, your feeling is just a feeling. Your feeling in the moment is not a reliable score. A lot of my students think they failed a section and still get very good results. Your job in this test is to follow your known structures, keep moving forward, and not to let one shaky answer impact the next task. The worst case scenario. What is the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario is that you have to retake, but we are prepared for that too. You want data from the test that helps you with the next attempt. The real worst case scenario is panicking all the way through the test, not knowing what happened, and then not knowing how to prepare again, right? So right after test, if you can, write down what you remember doing in each section, what felt difficult, and anything that influenced your performance. Was it timing? Was it nervousness? Was it technical issues? If you ever have to retake, this fresh data will save you a lot of time and frustration. Last but not least, sleep. Sleep will help each section the most. It'll definitely help more than a new answer framework. If you have enough sleep, then especially in sections when you really, really need to focus, like the listening section and say listen and repeat in the speaking section, without enough sleep, you might drop 1 to 2 points just because of that. Okay, but I know there are also people who have problems sleeping before a big test date like this. Okay, your brain just keeps going and going and nonstop. Personally, I would suggest searching on YouTube, find non-sleep deep rest protocols and just trying to listen to it and follow the protocol. It will naturally quiet your prefrontal cortex. And if you don't find them to be helpful, you can also describe your feelings, but not in terms of why you feel this way and what's going to happen, but just quietly describe that feeling. The texture, what does it feel like? Okay, it's a grayish feeling inside my heart or on top of my head, and it's lukewarm. What is the temperature? What is the shape? What is the size? What are the regions that feeling exists? Just keep describing those feelings, and that immediately will sort of shift your focus to sensation instead of constant prediction. So here's a quick recap of the entire routine. In the morning, 35 to 45 minutes, remind yourself of the test format using the official materials, and then one short cycle on your weaker spots. In the afternoon, 35 to 45 minutes, review the answer structures you've already used in speaking and writing. Then do one full practice cycle for speaking or writing. In the evening, 20 to 30 minutes, you fix the logistics, do it a little light English, accept that you're nervous, and that's totally okay. So right before you sleep, you remind yourself tomorrow it's about execution over feelings. And even in the worst case scenario, that is, you might need to retake, you can still learn during the test and retake with better data. The goal is to walk into the test clearly and steady. Okay? And that's the best position you can put yourself in the day before.